You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your Security Plus certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. Implementation refers to the execution of approved changes within an IT or security environment. This is the stage where planning, approvals, and testing give way to real-world action, applying updates, patches, or reconfigurations in production systems. Effective implementation requires discipline, since even approved changes can cause disruptions if not executed carefully. For learners, it is important to understand that implementation is more than simply applying updates. It is about carrying them out in a structured way that protects system stability, ensures accountability, and maintains the balance between security and operational needs. Controlled deployment is a cornerstone of successful implementation. Instead of introducing changes haphazardly, teams follow established steps that dictate how and when modifications occur. This control ensures that systems are updated in predictable ways, minimizing surprises and disruptions. Controlled deployment may involve using approved scripts, automated tools, or step-by-step procedures that reduce variability. By enforcing structure, organizations limit the risk of mistakes, ensure consistency across systems, and maintain confidence that changes are improving security and functionality without introducing instability or vulnerabilities. Phased rollouts are another important strategy to minimize risk. Rather than applying a change to all systems at once, organizations introduce it gradually, first to a small group of devices or users, then to larger segments once the initial results prove successful. This staged approach reduces the impact of unforeseen issues, since problems are discovered early before they spread widely. For example, a new software update might first be applied to a test group of servers before reaching the full production environment. Phased rollouts balance innovation with caution, allowing improvements while protecting stability. Pilot testing further reduces risk by validating changes in a controlled environment before full deployment. A pilot may involve deploying changes to a single department, system, or site to observe real-world behavior without exposing the entire organization. This approach provides valuable feedback, ensuring the change operates as intended and does not interfere with business processes. Pilot testing highlights compatibility issues, usability concerns, or security side effects early. For learners, pilots demonstrate how change management emphasizes testing not only in labs, but also in smaller production samples to ensure readiness. Rollback readiness is essential for safe implementation. Even well-planned and tested changes can fail, and organizations must be prepared to reverse them quickly to restore normal operations. Rollback procedures should be documented, tested, and easily accessible during implementation. Without rollback readiness, failed changes can escalate into extended outages or compromise security. Preparing for failure ensures resilience, allowing teams to act decisively under pressure. For learners, rollback readiness is a reminder that successful implementation is as much about planning for what might go wrong as it is about expecting success. Detailed instructions support smooth implementation by guiding teams step by step through the change process. These instructions include prerequisites, sequence of actions, verification checks, and contingency measures. Clear documentation reduces reliance on memory or improvisation, which are prone to error. It also ensures consistency when multiple teams or administrators apply the same change. For example, updating firewall rules should follow a documented procedure that guarantees accuracy and avoids unintended disruptions. Detailed instructions transform complex tasks into reliable processes, reinforcing discipline in implementation. Coordination between IT and business units is vital during deployment. Changes often affect not only systems but also users, workflows, and customer-facing services. Without coordination, updates may disrupt operations or conflict with business priorities. By involving business units in scheduling and communication, IT teams ensure that changes align with operational needs. This collaboration builds trust and reduces resistance, since users feel informed and prepared. Learners should see coordination as a reminder that technology changes never exist in isolation. They always intersect with organizational missions. Monitoring after deployment ensures that changes are working as intended and that no new problems have been introduced. Post-implementation monitoring may include checking system logs, reviewing performance metrics, and verifying security configurations. Immediate observation allows teams to detect anomalies, roll back changes if necessary, and confirm that security posture has improved. Monitoring also reassures stakeholders that the change was successful and has not caused unexpected disruptions. This step closes the feedback loop, turning implementation from a one-time event into an iterative process of evaluation and adjustment. Documentation must be updated during implementation to reflect the actual changes made. Without accurate records, organizations risk losing track of system configurations, complicating future troubleshooting and audits. Updated documentation also supports accountability, showing exactly what was done, when, and by whom. This is especially critical in regulated industries where proof of compliance is required. Learners should recognize documentation not as an afterthought, but as an integral part of implementation, ensuring transparency and continuity for future teams. Approval should include defined responsibilities, clarifying who will perform the change, who will monitor its effects, and who will decide whether rollback is necessary. This division of responsibility prevents confusion during deployment and ensures accountability at every stage. By explicitly assigning tasks, organizations reduce delays, mistakes, and miscommunication. Defined responsibilities also reinforce separation of duties, ensuring that no single individual has unchecked control over critical changes. For learners, this shows how governance extends into implementation, shaping not only decisions but also execution. Communication to affected users during changes is a critical aspect of implementation. Users should know when updates will occur, how they might be impacted, and whom to contact if issues arise. Clear communication reduces frustration, builds trust, and prepares users to adapt quickly. For example, notifying employees about a temporary system outage ensures they can plan accordingly rather than being caught off guard. Involving users in the communication loop also reinforces accountability, showing that changes are coordinated with their needs in mind. Structured implementation is key to reducing downtime and maintaining continuity. By applying controlled processes, phased rollouts, rollback planning, monitoring, and communication, organizations reduce both technical and operational risks. Structured implementation ensures that changes strengthen systems without causing unintended harm. For learners, this reinforces the core principle of change management. The goal is not just to apply updates, but to do so in ways that maintain security, stability, and trust. Implementation done well becomes a competitive advantage, allowing organizations to evolve smoothly in a rapidly changing threat landscape. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Maintenance is the ongoing process of keeping systems secure, stable, and efficient after changes have been implemented. Unlike one-time updates, maintenance is continuous, involving regular adjustments, patches, and evaluations. Its purpose is to ensure that systems remain aligned with organizational goals and resistant to evolving threats. Without maintenance, even well-implemented changes can degrade over time, leaving systems outdated or vulnerable. For learners, maintenance emphasizes that cybersecurity is not static defenses, must be actively sustained to remain effective. Patch cycles are one of the most visible aspects of maintenance. Vendors regularly release updates to address newly discovered vulnerabilities or to improve functionality. Organizations must adopt a structured patch cycle, applying updates promptly while testing to avoid unintended disruptions. A consistent schedule prevents attackers from exploiting known vulnerabilities, which are often targeted within days of disclosure. Learners should see patch cycles as a critical routine, much like regular health checkups, that keeps systems resilient against both old and emerging threats. Monitoring plays a vital role in detecting unintended effects of changes after deployment. Even successful implementations may introduce side effects that were not immediately visible, such as performance degradation or unexpected compatibility issues. Ongoing monitoring ensures these issues are caught early before they impact users or security. By reviewing logs, metrics, and alerts, organizations confirm that systems continue to operate as intended. Monitoring transforms maintenance into a proactive practice, identifying not just threats, but also operational risks created by previous updates. Periodic reviews ensure lasting effectiveness by revisiting implemented changes and evaluating whether they still meet security and business needs. Over time, technologies evolve, and what was once an adequate safeguard may become outdated. Periodic reviews allow organizations to retire unnecessary controls, strengthen weak ones, and adapt to new requirements. For learners, this illustrates that maintenance is about continual improvement, not just keeping systems running, but ensuring they remain relevant and capable in changing environments. Version control is another important tool in maintenance, allowing organizations to track changes over time. By recording modifications, configurations, and software versions, version control creates a detailed history that supports troubleshooting, audits, and accountability. If a system begins to fail, administrators can compare its current state to previous versions to identify the root cause. Version control prevents confusion about what has changed, providing clarity and consistency across teams. It is both a technical and governance tool, reinforcing traceability within the change management process. Documentation must always reflect actual implementations. Systems evolve, and documentation that does not keep pace becomes misleading or useless. Up-to-date records ensure that administrators, auditors, and incident responders understand the current state of systems without guessing. Documentation also supports continuity when staff transitions occur, providing new team members with accurate information. For learners, this demonstrates how maintenance is as much about managing knowledge as it is about managing technology. Automation plays a growing role in applying changes consistently during maintenance. Tools that automate patching, configuration management, and monitoring reduce human error and speed up repetitive tasks. Automation ensures that updates are applied uniformly across environments, eliminating discrepancies attackers could exploit. However, automation must be carefully managed to prevent large-scale mistakes, making oversight essential. Learners should appreciate automation as a force multiplier. It allows teams to maintain strong defenses at scale, but it does not eliminate the need for human governance. Lessons learned from past changes inform future maintenance efforts. Each implementation provides feedback on what worked well, what failed, and what should be improved. By analyzing these lessons, organizations refine their processes, preventing repeated mistakes and improving efficiency. This learning culture transforms maintenance from a reactive task into an evolving practice that grows stronger over time. For learners, it reinforces the value of reflection and documentation, ensuring that change management matures with each cycle. Training for administrators is an essential part of maintenance. As new technologies, patches, and tools are introduced, staff must understand how to apply and manage them. Without proper training, even automated systems can be misconfigured, creating vulnerabilities. Training ensures that teams remain competent, confident, and aligned with best practices. It also fosters resilience by preparing staff to handle unexpected issues quickly and effectively. Maintenance is not just about updating systems. It is about keeping the people who manage them skilled and ready. Security testing must follow implementation to confirm that systems remain resilient against attacks. Even small changes can inadvertently weaken defenses, so penetration testing, vulnerability scanning, and configuration reviews are necessary to verify effectiveness. Testing identifies gaps that monitoring alone may miss, ensuring that changes strengthen security instead of undermining it. Learners should see security testing as a continuous process, not a one-time checkpoint that maintains confidence in the protective posture of systems. Integration of change management with incident response further strengthens security. When changes lead to unexpected problems, incident response teams must be prepared to act quickly. By linking the two processes, organizations ensure that lessons from incidents feed back into maintenance practices, closing gaps and improving future resilience. This integration creates a cycle of detection, correction, and prevention, reinforcing security as a living, adaptive system rather than a static plan. In conclusion, implementation and maintenance are continuous processes that sustain both security and stability. Implementation introduces changes in a structured, controlled way, while maintenance ensures they remain effective over time. Together, they reduce risk, improve resilience, and align IT with business goals. For learners, the lesson is clear. Change does not end when deployment finishes. It continues through maintenance, testing, and review, creating a cycle that strengthens organizations against both present and future threats. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.